Kai Havertz has had knee surgery. The Champions League draw has been made. Porto apparently not only want Kivior, but two other players, which would make it a triple swoop of Arsenal players, which would be music to our ears where outgoings are concerned. And apparently the Hincapié loan with an obligation to buy is moving in the right direction. And also, we'll have see some stuff in relation to Rodrygo. Big up everybody tuned in. Smash the like button, all those good things. Appreciative to having you look back in if you're normally rocking with me. Now, we know first game of the season, Kai Havertz picked up a knock. Is it any coincidence that Kai Havertz has suffered, as Arteta said, from an injury as a result of his load? Obviously, Saka's got a hamstring knock, and we probably have to keep an eye on Timber, Benjamin White, to a lesser degree, Saliba, definitely Gabriel, and he might not be flavor of the month, Martinelli. Why? Because a lot of them had long, medium-term injuries. A lot of these guys played a lot of football, which is why I'm happy with the ridiculous amount of depth that we have. Now, again, where Kai Havertz is concerned, let's start there. And before that, smash the like button, people. Arsenal today provided an update on Kai. Further to sustaining a knee injury after our recent game against Manchester United on the 17th of August, subsequent assessments and specialist reviews with Kai confirmed that surgery be required. So clearly we tried to play it by ear. Every day, you kind of have to wait for the swelling to go down, and every day provides a new update. We probably naturally, for Kai and Arsenal, you want to avoid surgery. Unfortunately, this is the best case of action, people. And it's sad because Kai was just not too long ago on the injury table and he's back there. Big up, Kai, and we wish you all the best in terms of your return. We need you this season. We need everyone. Today, Kai underwent a successful minor surgical procedure, which will shortly begin he will shortly begin his recovery and rehabilitation program, with everyone fully focused on supporting Kai to ensure he's back to full fitness as soon as possible. So, minor surgical procedure hasn't really gone into depth with what's going on. Maybe David Ornstein, who initially broke the news, can provide us with stuff. Now, obviously, as time's passed on, Kai's had that surgery. Kai has undergone surgery on his knee issue, and a lengthy absence is not expected as he recovers. The procedure is not major. Big him up, because you've got to remember, while you're a footballer for a number of years, this is someone in their 20s and torn hamstrings, knee injuries, ankle issues. This is someone that's going to be a father, be a husband, be a grandfather one day. Got to be active, man. And comes after Mikel Arteta on the 22nd of August said that Kai needs more tests to determine the time frame of his return. The Athletic reported on the 20th that Kai was set for a spell on the sidelines with injuries. Arteta said mentally he's in a good place. He's a really strong boy, very committed. He had a very incredible recovery from hamstring surgery. He's never had an injury before, so it was his first experience, really, which tells you why we need depth. Now he's got a setback. Let's see how bad it is, but I'm sure he's going to react in the best possible way. That's what I mean. Like, you look at Timber as well. We've had to wrap them in cotton wool. When you have a long-term injury, you do pick up minor knocks. Maybe not to Kai's extent. He was out for several months last season after getting injured in Dubai, people, which is a shame. Right now, we're stuck with only Gyökeres able to play up front. Obviously, you do have the option of Merino, Trossard, and I think Mikel Arteta will only play Martinelli up there if it worst comes to worst. But we're gonna have to get on with it, man. This is the whole reason around having depth. I wish we could sit here and speak about depth and everyone's got to play for their spot. Who's going to make the team? Who's going to make the starting 11? Who's going to make the bench? But the other side of that is our ability to have a competitive squad to get over the line. God forbid, when there is massive injuries. It's the reality of the situation, people. Now, pardon me. This article has spoken about a lot of things in relation to Arsenal. We're going to skip over the Kai Havertz stuff, but it says he faces weeks out. And apparently, Charles Watts has said that Bukayo Saka could return sooner rather than later. I don't know if that's a gift or a curse. Just let the man rest, even though we need him. So, yeah, Kai had a minor knee surgery that will sideline him for several weeks. Interestingly, several said there. That could be subjective. How long is several, people? Arsenal had been weighing up whether the 26-year-old, he's getting old, isn't he? Needed surgery, which is not expected to rule him out for a long time. He finished as the club's top goal scorer with 9 Premier League goals last season, despite missing more than 3 months with a torn hamstring. Scrolling through all of that, Jesus has returned to training after an absence since January. Maybe he is, but he's surely not training with the first team and having contact. He's maybe doing his own little jogging, beginning to, do some ball work. He's scheduled to be back for October, allegedly. So who knows? Apparently, the North London club are increasingly confident of striking a deal for Bayern Leverkusen defender Piero Hincapié. Arsenal have proposed a season-long loan with an obligation to buy the 23-year-old next summer. The German club are giving the offer serious consideration. They do not need the money in this financial year, having sold a number of big players, but they want to obtain a fee approaching the 52 million release clause in Hincapié's contract. Arsenal signed David Raya from Brentford in a similar way, taking him on loan for the season in 2022-23, before obviously the following summer the deal became permanent. Hincapié wants to leave Leverkusen, and his arrival should pave the way for centre-back Jakub Kiwior to leave North London and move to Porto. We have spent 250 million, which will probably end up around 300 when Hincapié is confirmed, and I hope, maybe it turns into 370, Rodrygo or Leao or some random winger, I don't know, but we know we've got Zubamendi, Madueke, Gyökeres, Eze, Mosquera, Kepa, Norgard, is what it is. Gabriel Jesus, who is also recovering from a knee issue, posted footage on Sunday of himself back on the training pitch. The Brazil forward had surgery after suffering the injury in the FA Cup exit to Man United in January. He has 2 years left on his contract and had been available for sale, people. Thought we'd learn a bit more there. Crystal Palace have opened talks with Reece Nelson and Arsenal over a deal. Apparently, it's seen as the ballpark figure of 15 mil. We need to clear ranks, innit? It's as simple as that. So if you can get Kiwior, Nelson, Zinchenko, Vieira, Lokonga, all of these guys gone, Berta's done a madness. He's done a madness anyways. Like, bro, that's what I want to do. I say, I still can't believe you're here, let alone Gyökeres, let alone Zubamendi, let alone having level raisers like Eze, Zubamendi and Gyökeres, having good squad fillers like Madueke, like Norgard for however long he's here. Love what Christian Mosquera could be. That he's a centre-half long-term, but you're going to get a spell playing right back, which helps Timber and White. Where the left-hand side centre-half ranks are concerned, you can wrap Gabriel Magalhaes here and there in Cotton Wool with having Calafiori, and obviously assuming the Hincapié deal goes through. Then you've got Calafiori, Miles Lewis-Skelly and Hincapié down that left-hand side. Couldn't believe it. Maybe Mikel, you know what, Arteta? You had us in it. Goosebumps. Unprecedentedness. Be honest. Did any of you expect this to get done this summer? Did you really think the Goosebumps thing? Some of you, because I know some of you are going to comment because you're regular viewers. Some of you turned on Berta and said, what's changed already? Tranquillo. Now we can switch our attentions to outgoings. But for me, I know people, I would love one more. Maybe unless I can't see a winger coming in unless Martinelli and or Trossard, one of the two leave, which I don't know where we're at with Trossard's new deal and where we're at with Martinelli, especially because time is ticking. I mean, we got Hincapié on loan. Would you have to get a Rodrygo on loan with an obligation? I don't know, people, but yeah. Now, Kiwior seems to be going to Porto, but they could be doing Arsenal a huge favor. I don't quite believe this, but apparently they're interested in both Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira. You know what? Have Fabio Vieira on loan. I think I more want to get Zini off the wage bill permanently. But we all know Lokonga, Nelson are subject to requirements. Lokonga's been linked with a lot of Turkish and Greek clubs. Doesn't seem like there's anything imminent. Of the names said here, if anyone's going to leave tomorrow, it probably would be Kiwior, but Kiwior's exit is contingent on us obviously getting Hincapié. And then I would say probably Reece Nelson, people. Fabio Vieira, the Stuttgart thing didn't bang. Lokonga, has there really any been throughout the summer? Links are one thing, but there ain't really been nothing with Lokonga going anywhere, if I'm honest, people. But it's been common knowledge that Porto want Kiwior, but the Portuguese giants have eyes on two others as well, Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira. Porto might be playing a big part in this as well because they seem to be interested in Kiwior. That one looks close. I think there's interest in Zinchenko from Porto as well as Fabio Vieira. The Vieira to Stuttgart deal looked like it was going to happen. That one's kind of cooled off a little bit now because it seemed possible that the money being spoken about, that Stuttgart might be able to do that. Andrea Berta would become an even bigger hero if he pulls off triple Porto Swoop. I mean, if they really want Fabio Vieira, surely we've had some level of negotiations the minute his loan spell's done. Maybe they can't afford him. Zini, it's going to just have to be on a loan, and we might have to say to them, you know what, pay 50 or 60 odd % of his wages. We'll make up the rest. We get a loan fee. It's better than nothing. But Zini's been linked with a lot of clubs. Clearly nothing's imminent, and he's not even been in the matchday squad. So we'll have to see. Fabio Vieira, could see a future where he goes back there on loan and we deal with that next year. Zinchenko, I don't quite believe such. Apparently, it is currently very unlikely that a transfer for Rodrygo to Liverpool will happen before deadline day. There's a good chance he'll stay at Madrid if nothing extraordinary happens now. And it seems like Madrid have had no bids. On the topic of the Champions League, have you not seen the draw? Let me know your thoughts. We've got Bayern Munich at home, Inter Milan away, Atletico Madrid at home, Club Brugge away, Olympiacos at home. Oh, chills in my spine. Slavia Prague away, Kairat Almaty at home, Athletic Bilbao away, in which, you know, Timber or Mascara or someone's going to pocket Nico Williams, people. And who do you think's got the easiest draw or the best draw? Because we've got what I've said already. Chelsea have Barca, Bayern, Benfica, Atalanta, Ajax, Napoli, Pafos, Karabag. Liverpool got Real Madrid. Ooh, return for Trent. Inter, Atletico, Frankfurt, PSV, Marseille. Come on, Aubameyang. Karabag and Galatasaray away. Manchester City have Dortmund at home. Real Madrid away. Leverkusen, Villarreal, Napoli, Bodo, Glint, Galatasaray, Monaco. Newcastle have Barcelona, PSG, Benfica, Leverkusen, PSV, Marseille, Athletic Bilbao, and Union SG of Belgium. Tottenham Hotspur have Dortmund, PSG, Villarreal, Frankfurt, Slavia Prague, Bodo Glint, Copenhagen, and Monaco. Now, of that, I think, you know what? I think Spurs probably got the easiest. Then it's probably us. Spurs, City, us, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, I would say. But let me know, let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Always